Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. So the Blightshroom meta has evolved. Players have managed to break 1 billion damage, and this is probably the most free-to-play friendly Primal Lord we have ever seen. I'm going to show you the current top team formation, but it's basically going to be just an upgrade compared to what they were running yesterday. Still, the Greyborn faction talents are doing the best along with Frestro as a damage dealer, but the crazy thing is Mikola is outperforming the twins, and this is something which also someone mentioned in my comment section of my video yesterday. I remember I even replied to it and I said I didn't think Mikola would be able to work. They basically said in the comments that Mikola seems like she would be good because she only has to cast her ultimate one time, and then she's just gonna have that haste buff and all the buff effect for your team for the whole duration of the match. And that is very true, but I was like, I thought it wouldn't work because, you know, the frontmost 4 allies on your team, which here are gonna be everyone apart from Mikola, they all have the energy sapped from the beginning of the match, basically never able to cast an ultimate. So the only way to actually make that work is to have your Mikola rearmost like she is here, and now she will have the energy to cast her ultimate, and then she'll get the value off for the whole fight. Dragon Roar artifact, Greyborn faction talents maxed. Ludovic deals good damage output, HP per second damage, and he is such a great healer for this. Along with Mikola, basically the team is not going to have survival issues, which normally in this Primal Lord, there are survival issues here. Frestro deals high HP per second damage, and then you have Shamira who deals decent damage output, and Velka as well. Decent damage output and her attack speed buff. Overall, this is a crazy team. 1.1 billion damage, big upgrade compared to yesterday, where like my viewer hit 930 million. At the maximum. Okay, so you're going to see here Mikola is going to charge up her energy just fine along with the Frestro Illusion. So those are the only two who are going to be able to get one ultimate cast off in this match. I think the other advantage of having Mikola cast here, that gives the haste buff to the Frestros, allows them to cycle the HP per second damage more frequently over the course of the match, and then it even provides haste to Velka to increase her damage output slightly. I think that is really the reason why this is so effective. And then you have the attack buff from the Honor Arena of Mikola that increases attack buff of the whole team. You have the healing from Ludovic, healing from Mikola, so the team will not have issues surviving. And then Shamira, even without casting her ultimate, we looked at it yesterday, she has pretty high true damage multiplier on one of her skills as well, and that is going to keep casting over the course of the match. And so I definitely believe this seems like to be the optimized team comp. I can't, really, you're really limited on options when you cannot use heroes which rely on their ultimates. Like, that really sort of narrows down what is actually a viable option, and Mikola definitely does seem like one of them. The only other things to consider, people are thinking, what about Lightbearer team comp that powers up normal attacks? And it does, but from the testing done with Sinbad and Odie so far, even though their damage can be fine, it is not competing with the damage of this overall top team. So I think for people maybe who are lacking all the heroes on this team, which I don't think many people would, because overall, any free-to-play player should have most of these heroes as a priority. But definitely, like, you know, a second best or third best teams could be Odie as a damage dealer with the Lightbearer faction talents, or even Sinbad with the Lightbearer faction talents. But this is the overall top team of right now from all the testing which has been done. And honestly, it's just really kind of impressive. And the thing is, as levels continue to increase, right now they're 575. The level cap of the phase is going to be 600. I think it's a hard level cap, so we won't increase beyond that. But basically, how things work in Primal Lords, the higher level up you go, the more and more value HP per second damage you'll get. Because basically then, HP per second damage is a fixed amount of damage just based on your own attack multipliers, regardless of how, basically how much damage reduction the boss has. And that's why this always gets better when you're a higher level, and that's why for endless dream on bosses as well, that's why having HP per second damages is better. So Frestro Ludovic, I think if you want to run a top team for Blightshroom, it will have to include Frestro and Ludovic, because these are the best HP per second damages, and Ludovic is the best sustainer for the team. Mikola makes so much sense, and I think that this is really the way you want to go, because the problem with the twins are they cannot cycle their ultimate, and so their haste buff only lasts for like 6 or 8 seconds or 12, whatever it is. But then Mikola's haste buff lasts for the whole duration for allies within her Courage Sphere, which are going to be the two Frestros to ramp up their damage. And then also you get the attack buff from her Honor Arena without needing to cast anything. Yeah, like, it doesn't matter if she get knocked up or whatever, you just have permanent attack buff, 20% attack buff. And then Velka, we've talked about before, she has her ultimate, which deals true damage, and it can activate even without needing energy when the Blightshroom is casting their ultimate. Basically, it's like a an ultimate counter that she does, and Shamira has good damage output from her ghastly tribute skill. You see over here, up to 800% of her attack multiplier as true damage. So overall, this is looking like a really free-to-play friendly Primal Lord. Even my viewer, who doesn't have crazy upgrades, is in the rank 3 position and really close to the number 1 position just by having these heroes upgraded. He doesn't even have like Velka invested or anything. You won't need Velka to be invested for this comp, by the way. Like, of course, like if you have a Supreme Plus, +5 exclusive equipment, that would be nice. If you have a +10, it'll be even better. But her damage is not really that high, and so probably it's not going to make a big difference depending on the level of investment of Velka. But yeah, Mikola will need Supreme Plus if you're going to run it in this comp. And yeah, so overall, very exciting. I like this Primal Lord because it really shakes things up. It makes it totally changes how you need to craft a team and have them specialize on non-alternate based damage output. But yeah, I would like to see more testing of Odie. But the thing is, from what I've seen, is even if you make him your sole damage dealer, his damage is not going to be, for example, high enough to rival all the different damage sources you have from the team here. Like, Forester's damage output is basically that of just like a dedicated damage dealer, 459 million. Like, having an OD deal more damage than just 459 million will be tough. And then along with that, you have 3 other forms of damage on this team. So yeah, we'll have to see what are going to be the top teams, but I definitely think maybe even Maulers, potentially Mikola, Odie are both looking like they could potentially be strong here. If another third Mauler can somehow be added in, that is an option. And yeah, people are excited to do testing of Lightbearers with Sinbad, but honestly, from what has been done so far, it hasn't looked promising. And the problem is, as time goes on and we get to the higher level, and that's when HP per second damage dealers shine. Like, basically, this team you see here, which is mainly an HP per second damage team, this is only going to get better and better as your levels get higher, right? And other teams are going to be getting worse in comparison to this one. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. I wanted to update you guys on this because in terms of investment, it's just really keep Velka on your wish list. Keep Mikola up until Supreme Plus, which I think most people would have by now. And then also upgrade your Fresto to Supreme Plus, which you should be doing anyway, basically. So yeah, really interesting. They're making kind of free-to-play friendly Primal Lord, not even needing the twins. Like, you would have never guessed that. This is like literally the only boss content we've ever had in the history of AFK Journey since the launch of the twins, where the twins are actually not the best option. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Let me know your opinions and thoughts in the comment section if you have any other ideas for our top comp here. Feel free to let me know. If you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please smash that subscribe button. Also, feel free to join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. And finally, if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. There is a link to that in the description of this video and a pinned comment. This is the best way you can support me at no extra cost to you. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.